Welcome students to Ashish Singhal #maths. In our previous episode, we have seen linear equations in two variables. Now, continuing the same, pair of linear equations in two variables. If a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2 are two linear equations. The first equation has got coefficients a1, b1 and c1. The second one has got coefficients a2, b2 and c2. Now we would like to discuss when these equations are consistent or when they are inconsistent. So students, there are three conditions specifically. The first condition is if a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. If the ratio a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, then these are representing intersecting lines. And the two lines what we draw on a graph, they will be intersecting and they will have exactly one solution, or we say they have got a unique solution. If you draw its graph, the two lines will intersect somewhere like this. So a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 b2 gives us intersecting lines, exactly one solution. The second condition, a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. If three of these ratios are equal, then they are coincident lines. Coincident lines means both the lines overlap. One line is overlapping the another line, and in this case we have infinite number of solutions. Infinite number of solutions. The third condition, a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 but is not equal to c1 upon c2. a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2. In this case, the two lines are parallel to each other and they have no solution. So this table you must remember to solve different type of questions what we are going to see in the next exercise. So students, now we move on to exercise 3.2. The 3.2 exercise says form the pair of linear equations in the following problems and find their solutions graphically. 10 students of class 10th took part in a mathematics quiz. If the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys, find the number of boys and girls who took part in the quiz. So here we have to take exercise 3.2 question number 1. Here we have to take let number of boys be x and number of girls be y. We can do this question with one variable also, but since we are doing in class 10th, so we are focusing on two variables. Now the question says the total number of students are 10. That means x plus y is equal to 10. This is our first equation. The second condition says number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. So number of girls is equal to 4 more than the number of boys. That means 4 plus x. This is our second equation. Now we solve these two equations graphically. So for equation 1, let us draw a table where we find out the coordinates for x and y. Now taking up this, let us take x value as 2, so the y value comes out as 8. If you take x value as 4, y value comes out as 6. If you take x value as 6, y value comes out as 4. For equation 2, again Now some of you may ask that we can have the graph with 2 points also, but we must always take 3 points. Sometimes 1 point goes wrong, so it is better to have 3 points all the time. Let's take x as 0, so y value is 4. Let's take x as 2, so y value is 6. Let's take x value as 1, so y value is 5. So we have got these two tables. Now we plot these two tables on a graph sheet. Now see, these two tables we are going to plot on this graph. Here, this is our x and x dash axis. This is our y and y dash axis. In x axis we need 2, 4, 6, 0, 2, 1. So maximum 6 points. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On this side we have minus 1, minus 2. On the y axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now let's take up. First point is 2, 8. So this is the point 2, 8. Second is 4, 6. 4 is here, 6 is here. We take this point becomes 4, 6. Third point is 6, 4. So we get this point as 6, 4. So the first line comes out from here. If we join these 3 points, you can see, students, we have to be very, very careful that we draw a straight line passing through these points. We put arrows on it and we write the equation x plus y is equal to 10. Now the second one, x is 0, y is 4, 0, 4. X is 2, y is 6. This is a point 2, 6. X is 1, y is 5. So this is a point 1, 5. We join these two also. We put arrows on both sides and this is y is equal to 4 plus x. Scale we should write x axis 1 centimeter as 1 unit, y axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. Now wherever they are intersecting, that is the solution. So at this point we see that x value is 3, y value is 7. So this point is 3, 7. So we write here solution is 3, 7. So this is the solution of the first question. Now students, I hope you must have understood how to draw the graph. Now let us take up question number 2. Question number 2 says 5 pencils and 7 pen together cost rupees 50, whereas 7 pencils and 5 pens together cost rupees 46. Find the cost of 1 pencil and that of 1 pen. For this question, we will let the cost of 1 pencil be x and the cost of 1 pen be y. Let cost of 1 pencil be x and cost of 1 pen be y. So this becomes 5x plus 7y is equal to 50, and when the other equation will be 7x plus 5y is equal to 46. Now students, you can draw the graph of this yourself. I've just given you the equation. So practice this graph. Draw this graph yourself. Now moving on to question number 2. On comparing the ratios a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2, c1 upon c2, find out whether the lines representing the following pair of linear equations intersect at a point, are parallel or coincident. So we have to use the concept of the table which we have given you. So let us see question number 2. First part. Equation is 5x minus 4y plus 8 is equal to 0. Other equation is 7x plus 6y minus 9 is equal to 0. So let's find out a1 upon a2, which is 5 by 7, b1 upon b2, which is minus 4 by 6. On cancelling we get minus 2 by 3, and c1 upon c2, which is 8 upon minus 9. So students, you can see here a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. If it is this much only, we don't have to go to c1 upon c2. So this shows that they are coincident, they are intersecting intersecting at a point and they have got a unique solution. Second one is 9x plus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0. 18x plus 6y plus 24 is equal to 0. A1 upon A2 is 9 upon 18, which gives you 1 by 2. B1 upon B2, which is 3 by 6, which also gives you 1 by 2. C1 upon C2 is 12 by 24, which also gives you 1 upon 2. So we get that A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2. Hence, all the ratios are equal, so they are coincident. Third part, 6x minus 3y plus 10 is equal to 0. 2x minus y plus 9 is equal to 0. A1 upon A2 is 6 upon 2, which is 3 by 1. B1 upon B2 is minus 3 upon minus 1, because the y coefficient is minus 3 and here it is minus 1, which is also 3 upon 1, and C1 upon C2 is 10 upon 9. So students, we can see that A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 but is not equal to C1 upon C2. If it is not equal to C1 upon C2, this gives us parallel lines. So you have seen the first one was intersecting lines, second one was coincident lines, and the third one was parallel lines according to the conditions of A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2. Now moving on to question number 3. On comparing the ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2, find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent. Consistent means where they have got a unique solution or infinite number of solutions. Inconsistent means where they do not have any solution. So out of these parts, let me solve two parts for you. Question number 3, first part. 3x plus 2y is equal to 5. 2x minus 3y is equal to 7. So students, we can write A1 upon A2 as 3 by 2, B1 upon B2 as 2 upon minus 3, and C1 upon C2 as 5 upon, this was 7, 5 upon 7. So what do we observe? A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. So as they are not equal, they are consistent lines because they will have a unique solution. The second one, 2x minus 3y is equal to 8 and 4x minus 6y is equal to 9. A1 upon A2, that is 2 by 4, will give you 1 by 2. B1 upon B2 is minus 3 by minus 6, which will also give you 1 by 2, and C1 upon C2 will give you 8 by 9. So what do we observe? We observe that A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 but is not equal to C1 upon C2. If first two are equal and third one is not equal, that shows that they are parallel lines and we have inconsistent. We have got the equations are inconsistent. Now students, moving on to the fourth question. Which of the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent? If they are consistent, obtain the solution graphically. So again, in this question, we have to find out whether they are consistent or inconsistent. So let us see which of these are consistent and which of these are inconsistent. Question number 4, first part. A1 upon A2 is 1 by 2, B1 upon B2 is also 1 by 2, and C1 upon C2, that is 5 by 10, is also 1 by 2. All of these are equal. A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2. That shows that they are overlapping lines, and once they are overlapping lines, they have got infinite number of solutions, so they are called as consistent lines. You can try the graph yourself, students. The second one, a1 upon a2 is 1 by 3, b1 upon b2 is minus 1 by minus 3, which gives you 1 by 3 only. c1 upon c2 is 8 by 16, which gives you 1 by 2. So we get a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, but is not equal to c1 upon c2. If they are not equal, that means they are parallel lines, and if they are parallel, then they are inconsistent. Moving on to the third part. The third part of question number 4. You have to draw the graph whenever they are whenever they are consistent. a1 upon a2 in the third part is 2 upon 4, which gives you half. b1 upon b2 is 1 upon minus 2, and c1 upon c2 is minus 6 upon minus 4, which gives you 3 by 2. Here we observe that a1 upon a2 itself is not equal to b1 upon b2, so they get a unique solution, so they are consistent. We can draw the graph and get the result. So you can try the fourth part yourself, students. Now moving on to question number 5. Half the perimeter of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 meter more than its width is 36 meter. Find the dimensions of the garden. It is not written here whether we have to do it graphically or not. So when it is not mentioned, you can use any method. Of course, some methods you have done in class 9. So let us see. Half the perimeter of a rectangular garden whose length is 4 meter more than its width. So we say let width be x. So length is 4 meter more than its width. Now it says half the perimeter of a garden is 36. So half the perimeter of a rectangular garden is twice length plus breadth is 36. So this 2 and 2 gets cancelled. We put the value 4 plus x is 36. So 2x is 36 minus 4, which gives you 32. So x value is 16. So that means width is 16 and the length value is 16 plus 4, which gives you 20 meters. So this is question number 5. Now moving on to question number 6. Given the linear equations 2x plus 3y minus 8 equal to 0, write another linear equation in two variables such that the geometrical representation of the pair is intersecting lines, parallel lines, or coincident lines. So students, the equation given over here is 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. We have to write another equation so that they are intersecting lines. For that, you must remember a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. So we take any equation 3x plus 5y plus 7 is equal to 0, as a1 upon a2 is 2 by 3, b1 upon b2 is 3 by 5, and a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, so they are intersecting lines. For the second one, they are saying parallel lines. Parallel lines means 3 of them should be equal. So you multiply this whole equation by 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, anything. So I am multiplying by 2. So we get 4x plus 6y minus 16 is equal to 0. Hence, a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2, and all of them will be equal to 1 by 2. So they will be parallel lines. Third one, no. So 4x plus 6y minus 16 is equal to 0. As all of them are equal, they will be coincident lines. I am sorry, they are coincident lines. The parallel lines we are going to do in the next case. So we have done the third part first. Now we are doing the second part. Parallel lines, condition is a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2. So we write 4x plus 6y, and in the third equation we can write something else, 20 is equal to 0. So we see that a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, that gives you 1 by 2, and c1 upon c2 gives us minus 8 by minus 20, which gives us minus minus gets cancelled, 8 by 20 we divide by 4, we get 2 by 10, or we get 2 by 5. So we get 2 by 5. Hence we say that a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2. So you can take any example, students, and in this way you can find out different kind of lines. The last question of this exercise, very important. Draw the graph of this equation. X minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Find out the coordinates or the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines and the x-axis and shade the triangular region. In this question, they can also ask you to find out the area of the triangle so formed with the x-axis. Now taking up the first line, this is equation 1, this is equation 2, and we are doing question number 7. Considering equation 1, we make a table. So till now you must be very familiar how to make the table for these kind of equations. So let us take x value as 0. If x value is 0, y value is 1. If x value is 1, y value comes out as 2. If x value is 2, y value comes out as 3. Then for equation 2, same way we take up 3 points with x and y. Let's take x value as 0, so y value will be 6. Let's take x value as 2, so 6 minus 12 is minus 6, that goes to other side, that becomes 3. If I take it as 4, my answer is 0 in this case. Now students, let us draw the graph of these two equations on the number line and find out the triangle so formed. So let's this is x-axis, this is y-axis. This is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is x, x dash, this is y, y dash. The first point is x is 0, y is 1. The second point is x is 1, y is 2. Third point is x is 2 and y is 3. So we get a straight line like this. Second one, x is 0, y is 6, this is the point. X is 2, y is 3, this is the point. And x is 4, y is 0, this is the point. So we join 1, 2 and 3 points. We put arrows on all the sides. We write the equation x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. Here it is 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0. Here we write the scale. X-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. Y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. Now the question was asking us to shade the triangular region. So this is the triangular region formed. So we shade this and we write A, B, C is the required triangle. A, B, C is the required triangle. Suppose in the same question they also tell you to find out the area of this triangle ABC. So we can find out area is half into base. How many units are there from A to C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what is the height? 1, 2, 3. So that gives you 15 by 2, which is 7.5. So area of this triangle will be 7.5 square units. Square units. This is extra part which is not being asked in the NCERT, but it can be asked in the exam. So students, we have seen the whole exercise, the graphical representation. Now in our next episode, we are going to take up the algebraic methods of solving a linear equation. So thank you for being there and keep subscribing. Ashish Singhal #maths. Thank you.